in confidence.
Well, Mike, there's a familiar face, though, to British boxing fans working closely with him.
Yes, there is. His name is Gary Stretch, who was last seen in a big fight in Britain in April of 1991. He was stopped in 6 rounds by Chris Eubank for the WBO middleweight title in London, but he was ahead on all 3 judges' scorecards at the time. Gary retired soon afterwards. He's enjoyed success since as an actor in films such as Dead Man's Shoes in particular. At the moment, he's spending time as Freddie Roach's assistant at the Wild Card Gym, where Amir Khan's been training in Hollywood, and he joins us on the line now from Los Angeles. Thanks for your time, Gary.
You're welcome. Nice to talk to you.
Good stuff. Now, first impressions of Amir Khan.
Wonderful. Freddie's been asking me to get involved in the fight training business for years. I've no interest whatsoever, but I said to him at one point, if you bring me someone exciting, interesting, and a little bit special, I would consider. And he brought that with Amir Khan. First, let's talk about the knockout. That was a fight he should never have taken. It was a no-win fight. A guy with 19 wins, straight wins, 17 KOs. It was a ridiculous match for a 21-year-old boy. Should have been taken. But also, his tactics were completely wrong. You know, had we taken the fight, myself and Freddie, we'd have had Amir look at the guy first round, work him out. He went straight out trying to fight the guy, and he got knocked out. And it happens, you know, it's happened with all the best fighters in the world, from Ray Leonard to Hearns to Duran. I mean, all the greats have been beat and knocked out. It doesn't end a career. It could actually start a career if you use it wisely. And we're trying to work on Amir's defence.
Steve Bunce was saying there, Gary, that what he needs is a bit of love. Have you felt that you need to put an arm around him, or have you need to give him a bit of a kick?
No, you know, the kid's a very, you know, spicy boy. He loves to fight. But the bottom line is this. If you look at the greats like Duran and Leonard, they got in wars and most of the time come out pretty unscathed because they slide and slip punches. They take shots, but they're on the move. Amir got hit flush, cold. He keeps his head straight sometimes. He goes straight in. He gets hit with a shot, and he doesn't slide off him. It hits him right in the chin. Them kind of shots knock people out. So what we've been working on mainly is his defence and teaching him to slip and slide and not be so straightforward in front of a guy. He has a wonderful offence. You know, he's the best kid in the world at putting people away, but, you know, fighting is 2 things. It's defence and offence, and his defence has lacked tremendously, but he's worked really hard. He's a very different fighter than when I first saw him now. We've had him here for like 8 weeks now, and the change is quite dramatic, so hopefully we can, with a bit of luck on our side and God's help, he'll do an incredible performance on December 6th.
Now, Gary, can you get him to relax in the ring? Because, you know, he does get very tense, and you're absolutely right. He does like to wear his heart out on his sleeve, and he does basically love to have a fight. Can you get him relaxed and keep him relaxed, even when he's getting hit or potentially hurt?
Well, that's the biggest thing I've had, and Freddie brought me in for 2 reasons. Most of my career, I didn't get hit a lot, and it wasn't by luck. It was by, you know, I had a great training in the early days in the name of Albert Freeman and Tony Smart from the St. Helens Boys Boxing Club. And for the first year of my boxing career, at 8 years of age, he used to tie my hands behind my back and put 3 kids in with me, younger, big gloves, and say, kill him. And for like a year of my life, I had to just get out of the way, and I used to go home banged up and marked up. But, you know, 3-4 months of it, I learned to make people miss, and this is the thing that we're trying to do with Amir now. He's got to make people miss. He's got to relax. It's also, at this stage of his career, he's not doing 6 rounds. He's not doing 8 rounds. He's doing 10 and 12 rounds. You can't be tense. You can't be stiff because you're just going to burn out. And with these good fighters that he's fighting at world class now, you know, he's not going to get rid of them all so easy. So he's got to be prepared to pace himself and to do all the things. And relaxation has been the biggest fight we've had with him. But he's doing it now. He's relaxed. He's a lot more supple. He's a lot more elusive, and he's a very different fighter than when he came. When he first came in, even on the pads, he would stand straight and throw big bombs, not moving his head at all. But we've changed that. That has been the hardest thing for him to do. But he's doing it, and he's doing it well.
And one of the benefits, Gary, of being in your gym, apart from the expertise, is the sparring, of course, with Manny Pacquiao, who fights Oscar de la Hoya here in Vegas in a couple of weeks' time. Tell us about those sessions.
Amir's been, believe it or not, and Freddie will tell you, Amir's had the better of Manny on most days. But you have this underriding thought that if the fight went on, Manny, I think, would be too experienced and too strong for Amir. But early 1 to 4 rounds, Amir has his number. But again, it's, like in the fights, fights are not 4 rounds. He's got to learn to go the full distance. But he's had incredible sparring. He's had some good American fighters. He's had a very sparring from some kids who are unseasoned to the absolute pros, and of course Manny on the top of the list. But we've mixed it up a lot because sometimes it's easier to fight with good fighters than it is with these kids who really don't know what they're doing. So we've mixed it up. I used to have more trouble with guys who were less seasoned because you can't work them out if they don't know what they're going to do. So we've mixed it up a lot, and he's had tremendous sparring, a lot harder than in America. They spar a lot harder than I found in England. They try and kill you over here. In England, it's much more controlled. The Americans, everybody, certainly in wildcard gym, they're trying to make a name for themselves. So when he spars, he's got to be on his toes because these kids want to be him, and they go after him. And it's been exciting, but obviously very, very tough sparring. But it's what he needs at this stage of his life. Nothing comes easy at this level, and it's better to do it in the gym than find out in the ring. So we've given him a hard time here, but he's rose to the occasion tremendously.
Good to talk to you, Gary. Thanks for your time. I look forward to seeing you over in the UK.
You're welcome. Wish us luck.
Yeah, fascinating stuff there. Just a word about these American gyms. I mean, they're different.
Not all of them. Yeah, I mean, the wild card is an exception. I know it's one of Mike's favourite stopovers when he's in Los Angeles. He loves it there, and it is one of the, it is one of the exceptions. But you can go into gyms in New York. You can go into gyms in Las Vegas, and to be honest with you, you can watch garbage all day long with half a dozen guys, black guys in sailors caps of about 60 walking around saying "That's it, champ," and everyone looking round because everyone's called champ. It's the absolute, everyone's down on their heels, and the best guy in the place, fought for a world title and lost 9 years earlier. Trust me, American gyms aren't all that they're cracked up to be. And as for American gyms containing heavyweights, just take a look at the top 20 heavyweights in the world. There's not an American in it who can hold his own, apart from Evander Holyfield, who of course is 69 years of age, Marco. Mickey, just quickly, is Gary Stretch going to be in Amir's corner on December the 6th?
That's the plan, yes. He'll be over, in effect, as Freddie Roach's representative.
Okay, guys.